Welcome, welcome, welcome on in. This is Reading Between the Wines. Another day, another show. I want to say thank you to my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me the opportunity to come out here and serve each and every one of you. Very special thank you to everybody who hung out with me last night. We had a great show last night. We spoke about letting it go, and I'm going to touch base on this a little bit. What's going on? Burning Sky, what's good? How are you doing? Listen, this weather, I don't know how you're feeling with your weather out there, but it's super cold today. Super, super, super duper cold. And when it's cold days like this, there ain't nothing wrong with a nice glass of this. Fireplace, your favorite blanket, watching your favorite movie, listening to your favorite music, right in front of that fireplace or whatever you got going on there. Ain't nothing. Wednesdays are good with Reading Between the Wine. Trust and believe. This time of year, the red blends work so well. And we sampling some red wine tonight, a red blend. So I'm right there with you. I understand. But yesterday, we spoke about letting it go. So letting things go, if you're out there and you were attached to too many different people, places, and things, that's basically what last night was about. So letting things go, not hanging on to too much because, like Erica Badu said with Bag Lady, you're going to miss your bus carrying all that stuff. So sometimes you just got to let things go. What's going on, O'Shea Candles? How are you? And we got New Jersey up in the building. Thank you so much for joining. In a minute that you go ahead and let some of these things go, trust and believe that you're in a position to change the whole trajectory of your life. I can't give you any advice. I'm just, coming from experience and letting you know exactly, what happened to me. So the minute that I started to let some of these things go, and especially materialistic things, that was a big part. I let it all go. Let a lot of materialistic things go, and then once those things start to go, then the people start to go too. So sometimes you got to let things go, and sometimes you got to let people go. Whereas sometimes the old folks say, sometimes you just got to let folk go. You just got to let them go. And when somebody wants to walk out on you, let them go. That is one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn in my life, to just let people go. Let them go. If they, like I said last night, if they're able to leave, if they're able to walk away after you let them go, and they ain't coming back after a while, it was never yours to begin with. If you let somebody go because they wanted to go, and then they decide to go ahead and turn it around because they realized that the grass wasn't greener on the other side, and if it works well in your world, hey, maybe we could talk. But all that holding on to people, all that crying and staying stuck in quicksand, the more you stay stuck on that person, the more you're going to stay stuck in the situation that you're in. So if you out there and you don't like the situation you in, one minute you happy, the next minute you sad, and it can change depending on the hour, depending on the day, depending on what's going on. You might want to think real hard about just saying, you know what, it's time to clean up. It's time to let some things go. It's time to let, you said you were done with me before 1,000 times. How about we just make it real this time? So once you walk out that door today, trust and believe that there is no coming back, because once we say it's a wrap, that's exactly what that means. All right, so watch the replay last night if you want to learn about letting things go. And I shared with you some real deep discussion as far as if I could change things in the past, if I can change things, when it comes to letting people go. And I spoke about one thing that I would change if I could is accepting people and believing them for who they really are. When people show you who they are, when people express their deep down true feelings and telling you about who they really are. In the past, I didn't believe them. If I had an opportunity to go back and change things, if I could, I most certainly would believe exactly everything you said. and keep it moving and not try to hold you down to something and try to shape you up and make you into the person that I would like you to be. You got to shape and you got to mold your own self. It has nothing to do with me. But in any case, go ahead and watch that replay because I went real deep. And I'm trying not to do that tonight because I got Miss Lachelle Williams coming in the building tonight, author of Perfidious Agenda, my friend of the show. So great laughs, great conversation, and she's very smart and very witty too. So you might want to stick around, ladies, because I'm sure you might learn something from her. But we're gonna get into track 17, Inner Belief, and it ties so well. All of the tracks from Disc 3 Evolution, they sort of just flow into one another. It's like you kind of need one to attach to the other. You need one to flow into the other. So if you want to listen to all 17 tracks, head on over to X, which is formerly known as Twitter, and you can get all 17 tracks. Tonight we're speaking about Inner Belief. And what better song to go ahead and marry this up with than Eminem, Lose Yourself. I know y'all know that song. And it's a powerful song. That's why I had to pick it. I can think of how many different songs to pick, and you know, I decided to pick the classic, the anthem, "Lose Yourself" by Eminem, 2002, off of the 8 Mile soundtrack. And the reason why I picked this is because the lyrics just make sense. Now think about it. We speaking about inner belief. We speaking about believing in yourself. Because guess what? If you don't believe in yourself, how you expect somebody else to believe in you? So when we think of songs like "Lose Yourself," I want you to listen to this here. Like, why would you play with your life? Because you only got one shot. You only got one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in a moment. So this is your life, right? We have no idea, what's promised tomorrow. We have no idea if that opportunity, that person you came across, that relationship that, you stepped into or stepped out of, you have no idea if this is your last opportunity, this is your last chance. So why would you blow it? So Eminem goes in and says over and over again, you better lose yourself in the moment. You better own it and you better never let it go. So if you're anything like me and you've had a second opportunity, you had a third chance. Sometimes some people have fourth and fifth opportunities to get it together after going through all types of hell, going through all types of drama. Why would we let it go? So absolutely, I'm going to lose myself in my moment. And I'm never going to let it go this time around now that I got it back because I've lost it before. I've given my power back to so many different, like I said yesterday, people, places, things tied. And I've signed so many contracts and I've been, trapped up into so much bondage and captivity to the fact that I didn't believe in myself. I looked for the people. I looked for the places to go. I looked for the materialistic things, the clothes, the jewelry, the cars, the houses. I looked for all of that stuff to make me think that I was something. But in reality, I didn't know who I was. So because I didn't know who I wasn't anything. So now that I have this brand new vibe, I have this new lease on life, I have this inner belief because I believe in me. Why would I ever let it go? I know what the alternative was, or I know what the alternative is. You know, you could easily go ahead and seek and look and want somebody else to do something for you, or want somebody else to big you up, or want somebody else to give you some words of encouragement, or want something from somebody else. But it's a powerful movement. It's a powerful moment. It's a powerful situation when you don't need anybody. And I'm not trying to say that we don't need anybody, but when you don't need anybody to help make you whole as far as who you are as a human being. So, the question that I have for each and every one of you out there, when is the last time that you've checked your energy levels on your inner belief system? And when I say inner belief system, I'm speaking about what you believe and what you think and what you speak into self, because everything starts with self. If you don't take care of yourself, how you expect somebody else to take care of you? Half of these people that we run around and we chase after and we try to, look up to and want to They could care less about us. They could listen. And most of them, the wrong ones that we chasing after, the wrong ones that we trying to attach ourselves to, they don't even love themselves. So if they don't love themselves, how to how you expect them to love you? And that's another thing. Speaking of the word love, we're supposed to love one another. We're also supposed to love ourselves first too. Because if we love ourselves, then we're able to love somebody else. But when you don't even take care of yourself, when you don't even take care of your inner needs, when you don't take care of yourself, and you're too busy running around taking care and chasing after and doing things for everybody else, by the time you get back to center, by the time you get back to self, what's left? And then what's left, then comes resentment. Then comes an attitude. Then comes a situation because you feel in a certain way because you gave up all your energy levels chasing after people, places, and things. So the question remains, when is the last time that you checked your energy levels of your inner belief system? Track 17, Inner Belief. Song of the Day, Lose Yourself by Eminem, 2002, off of the 8 Mile soundtrack. Today, I most certainly am losing myself, but I'm losing myself back at center. Everything starts with self. You know, sometimes when people get into these relationships and they say, oh, I don't want to lose myself. You're absolutely right. I don't want to lose myself in this situation right here because this is outside of me. But if it has anything to do with what's inside of me, I have no problem losing myself. I have no problem, you know, taking care and taking control of this situation I have here. So be very careful with what you lose yourself into. That's it. That's it. Author Lachelle Williams coming in the building. And like I said, this is your future. This is your life. This is your world. Why would you play? You better own it and you better never let it go because this opportunity may come once in a lifetime and you never know when it's your time to blow. So it's it. Now listen to this here by Lydia M. Child. Belief in oneself is one of the most important bricks in building any successful venture. And it's very simple, but it's so profound. Belief in oneself is one of the most important bricks in building any successful venture. So if you don't believe in yourself and you building something, how stable is that foundation going to be? But if you believe in yourself and you can see your future because you know exactly who you are, that brick, that's going to be a solid foundation that can't nobody capture, can't nobody crumble, can't nobody knock down. But when you don't know who you are and you're trying to build something, you're on shaky ground. It's like building a house of cards. Anybody can huff and puff and blow that house down at any given moment because it's built out of cards or it's built out of straw. So you know what I'm saying? Like we got to go in and we have to have some bricks. We got to have some level foundation, and it starts with believing in yourself. And when you have that as a foundation, and you know who you are, meaning that you standing, flat footed, you standing grounded, and can't nobody push you, can't nobody persuade you, can't nobody mold you, can't nobody shape you. That's it right there. Belief in oneself is one of the most important bricks. Have that as your foundation, as your base, as your ground, believing in self, knowing that can't nobody else take away what we got going on here. Can nobody else come in and distort your mind and change up and make you start thinking differently about yourself because you already know who you are. And like I said, when you know who you are, they know who you are. But the problem is when we don't know who we are, they're like, oh, okay, I can see this. I can smell this a mile away. I know full well that this person don't even know who they are. So guess what? I'm going to go ahead and shape them and mold them and, you know, make them up into the person that I want them to be. Inner Belief, track 17. Check it all out at X, formerly known as Twitter. Now we're going to get into this wine, and then we're going to get into Miss Lachelle Williams. So tonight, I'm sampling Terrain Vineyards Red Blend. What's going on, Miss Lachelle, I see you out there. We getting ready to talk to Lachelle. She has a book called Perfidious Agenda, and so ironic that her book was published on my birthday. So I'll never forget it, and I'm so thankful that she decided to come back and hang out with us tonight as we can go down memory lane because we've had that conversation. It's like 3 years, going on 3 years. And I love the different artists. I love the different authors. I love everybody who continuously comes back and checks out with me and hangs out with me year after year after year. So this is 3 years. So definitely a friend of the show, and I can't wait to speak to her. So we have Terrain Vineyards. So let's get into this here. Terrain Vineyards Red is a rich and balanced big red wine. It is loaded with ripe fruit, finished with a touch of toasted oak and silky tannins. This is a perfect wine to serve at your next party, but structured enough to stand up to meals from grilled meats to rich and red sauces. So, just basically by the label, I get like a bold. I get a bold, stand up type of red wine. I don't know if you are a red wine drinker, but if you are, please let me know what your favorite brand is, what your favorite, grape is. This wine here is a 3.7 out of 5 stars. So taste testers, they give it about a 3.7. Now, this has about 5 different grapes in it. So we have Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Zinfandel, Shiraz. I haven't had a good Shiraz in a minute, just straight up Shiraz. That's something that's definitely on the list. And Syrah. All of those grapes are wrapped up in here. This is a California red blend. It's 12.5% alcohol content. And this has a rich and robust, highly drinkable wine. It's full body, jammy red with layers and layers of flavor, such as strawberry and raspberries. Perfect in harmony with toasted oak and strong tannins, ending in a smooth, round finish. I think it's going to be more on the bold side. Taste testers have spoke of oak, vanilla, chocolate, cherry, strawberry, and my favorite, blueberry, plum, and blackberry. So let's see what we got here. Not bad. Not as bold as I thought it would be. It actually does go down pretty smooth. Not as bold. Could be a situation. Could be a situation as far as pouring multiple glasses because it goes down so smooth. And it is a red wine, and usually sometimes the red wines can be a little harsh, but this is not harsh at all. It passed the test. I definitely would purchase this again, and I could see myself pouring. Well, let's just see if I pour another glass tonight. We'll see what Miss Lachelle Williams has going on here, but um, typically I just stand with one glass. But if the conversation is really in, I go in with multiple glasses. So I want to talk to you about the burning question that I had last night. And this is an interesting one because I'm all about getting it together. And this, give me 1 second, everybody. Having a little technical difficulties here. And I'm not sure what in the heck is going on, but we need to be able to get Miss Lachelle Williams in here. So we need to stop all of that. Anyway, so the burning question that I had last night was if you had an opportunity to become a millionaire overnight, you get overnight success, become a millionaire, only to find out that you will eventually have to give it up. So we're going to make you a millionaire at the drop of a dime. But one day you're going to wake up and it's all going to be gone. So if you knew that you can be a millionaire today and you have no idea when it's going to turn off, would you still take that bait? Would you still take that opportunity? Curious to see what your what your answers were to that um, question there. If you had an opportunity to become a millionaire, instant success, wake up tomorrow and you're a millionaire, only to find out that eventually one day it's going to be taken away. It could be next week, it could be next month, it could be 10 years from now. Would you still take that opportunity to embrace financial freedom? And I first answered the question as absolutely not, because who knows when it's going to be over. And then if you don't prepare yourself properly, then you have an issue. But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? Maybe. Because if you go ahead and you handle your handle, when the switch turns off, you're going to be all right. So if you had an opportunity to be a millionaire, knowing that it would be eventually reversed, are you still taking that bait? Is that something that you're doing? Let me know. Text me at 609-738-0611. That is the official hotline. Drop it in the comments and let me know. And of course, we got a great burning question for you tonight as well. So we're going to get into Miss Lachelle Williams. So before she comes on, I want to go ahead and read something from her book, Perfidious Agenda. And hopefully I do this some justice here. Perfidious Agenda. When naive Vonda, aka Angel, goes to college and meet her new friends, she had no idea her values would be neglected. After listening to their intimate encounters, temptation has had her yearning to experience things that the Bible would decline to sanction. As Angel begins the journey through maturity, her future takes a detour and she becomes a victim of circumstances. Angel soon discovers that no one is who they appear to be, nor can anyone be trusted. So that is from Miss Author Lachelle Williams' book, Perfidious Agenda. And without further hesitation, we're going to go ahead and get Miss Lachelle Williams in the building. So I'm going to go ahead and reach out to her and get her pulled up here. Let's see what we got here.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome to Reading Between the Wines.
Thank you for having me.
I think this is about maybe your...
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I think this is about maybe your fourth or fifth time, huh?
Yeah, 3 or 4 times. So I appreciate you keep giving me the spotlight
And
thinking about me.
Yes, absolutely. And I know we talked about some crazy things on here.
Absolutely.
I love speaking to you. You're an amazing person. I was just thinking back about how when I first got started, and you were one of the first authors to come on the show here, and it's just been amazing. So thank you so much for hanging out with us time after time after time, and agreeing to come back, because you won't have to do it. You don't have to hang out with us here, but you decided to. So I want to say thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm always going to be there for you if you ever need me.
Now, someone says, is my mama here? So is 21 Sal your child?
Oh, yes, that's my daughter, Jade. Yes.
Oh, okay.
She lives in California, so I don't get to see her that often.
Okay. Because I was like, wait a minute. I knew about the one, but I didn't know about the other. So, okay, very good. Yes.
No, I actually have four.
4? I didn't know that. I only see the one.
Well, that's the one that I'm with majority of the time. I would love to be with Jay more often, but she's out in California and I'm in Atlanta. So the one that's in the other 3 are here in Atlanta with me.
Okay. Well, yes, your mama is here, Miss Lachelle. But listen, Miss Lachelle looks like she don't even have any children. I gotta tell y'all, this is a beautiful woman here. Let me tell you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm like, are they your children or are they your sisters?
Yeah, I get that a lot, which is makes me feel good.
Okay, so
So I see what you're sipping on.
Oh yeah, I most certainly forgot to ask you. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm actually drinking something called Grand. So Grand has wine with a mixture of cognac in it. So I'm trying to be a big girl tonight.
Now, yeah, but you're gonna have to get up in the morning, aren't you?
I took off.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
I took off.
Because sometimes these little small glasses that I have, the next day I'll be like, really?
Yeah. I am feeling it, so I did the right thing by taking off.
That's good. That's good. So now, I don't know why I keep hitting that. Excuse me. So please let everybody know where you are calling from. I think you said it once, but I want to hear it again because I love it.
Where I'm from?
Yeah, where you're calling from.
Oh, Atlanta, Georgia.
Now, that's not where you grew up?
No, I grew up, believe it or not, in the hippest state of the United States, Iowa.
Really?
Yes, born and raised.
And how long did you live there?
I lived there for 15 years, and my mom got a job transfer, and we moved to Minnesota. And then I went back home, and then I lived in a couple other states, and I went back home. But now Atlanta is my home. I've been here 13 years. I don't plan on relocating anytime soon unless something significant happens to make me get up.
Speaking of Atlanta, my girl is Mary J. Blige, so she has the strength of a woman.
Yes, I do know that.
She has the strength of comes to ATL every year. So does it get crazy around that time? When
Atlanta's crazy all the time, regardless of what the event is. It's always crazy.
But does it really get crazy during that time? Because I would imagine people are coming from all over to come into to see that festival.
Yeah, it does. Like any event, yeah.
So when a superstar is doing something, you're like, oh, somebody must be in town.
I mean, it's advertised consistently over all radio stations. So yeah.
Now see.
And then of course, if you're on social media and anything related to ATL, they announce it as well. So yeah.
Is that something that you would?
There's always something going on.
Is that something that you would want to be a part of, to go and see that? And you don't have to answer one way or the other just because I'm a Mary fan, but do those festivals, I know Jermaine Dupri had something going on too. Does that stuff excite you?
I don't mind going to events at certain times, but I just have so much going on. I really don't get the opportunity to do a lot of stuff that I would like to enjoy outside of, traveling.
Yeah.
And I like to travel.
Yeah, we can definitely touch base on that as well. So, what place would you like to travel to that you haven't been to yet?
That I haven't been to, I would like to go to Africa and Paris. Those are the two things, or two places I would like to go to.
Now, see,
so if you got the hookup, holla.
I've been to Paris, and I will tell you that it's interesting. If you don't know the language, it's very interesting. That's what I have to say. So brush up on your French if you want to do that. But
bonjour.
That's basically all I knew how to say. and can I have a glass of water, please? That's about it. But the clubs.
Well, I don't even know that. I can say Je m'appelle Lachelle.
Now, I don't know what was that. What's that supposed to mean?
My name is Lachelle.
Oh, I forgot about that. I will tell you that the clubs in Paris are off the chain. Like, okay, so here in the States, if we dancing by ourselves for the most part because we got space. But when you're in Paris, you dancing with this one, the next one, and that one, and the next one, and the next one, because you're all jacked up and jammed up on each other, all on top of each other. So you feeling what this person feeling, and they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's like. So if you like that atmosphere, then that's gonna be great for you. But for me, I needed to get by the door and get some air because I was like, I'm not used to all of these people who look like me, jammed up in one small little place like that. Because usually where I come from, something's always popping off at the last minute and you got to duck and cover and run. So you mean to tell me all of y'all are jammed up in here like this and y'all ain't worried about somebody popping off and doing something?
So that kind of reminds me of down in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Everybody's crunched up together,
touching each other, like you can't move, like you literally touching the next person. I mean, I would like to. I would like to experience Mardi Gras, but sheesh, I don't know. I don't know about being all jammed up like that, like packed sardines and stuff like that.
Well, then Mardi Gras is not for you then, because that's exactly how it is.
Did you like it?
I did not. Matter of fact, I have not even thought about going back. I didn't like it. I didn't. And it was for a variety of reasons, but definitely because of the closeness of everybody. I didn't like that. So I get what you're saying about being over there and on the dance floor and everybody's crunched up together. That's not for me.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I had somebody ask me, they said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm fine. I just want to make sure I get some air. I'm good."
I know, right?
My face was they probably saw it in my face because I'm like, oh my God, all of these people and they look like me. Like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? And I'm like, I've never.
It's so hot that when we went down there, it was so hot. So we were outside, but it was still like being inside. Not able to breathe.
And there is one thing that I'll tell you about that, but I'm gonna tell you off air because I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah.
Okay.
Speaking,
stuff to say too. I'm trying to be mindful.
Right. Speaking of being hot, not being able to breathe, and I have something else to add on top of that, but we're just not going to do that because I don't want to upset people. I have people have love for me over there, so I have love for them too. That's all I'm saying. But okay, interesting. I mean, Africa.
So would you visit again?
I would do it again, but I have to do it on my terms. So what I've learned is that when I travel out of the country, I want to be on a guided tour situation, and I want to be able to retreat back to an environment that works for me. I don't want to rely on somebody else to translate for me. I don't want to rely on someone else to, because that became a problem too. Yeah. Nope.
Oh, okay. I get it.
We're not even getting into it, but yeah, that became a problem when people don't want to translate for you because they get tired of doing it all the time. Now you getting paid to do it, and that means that that's what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Let me take my sip.
So, while you're getting yourself together, we have the book Perfidious Agenda.
Yeah.
I know the last time we talked, I think you were working on part 2. Or am I?
And I am kind of, but I've been doing a little acting, so I've been kind of on hold with writing, trying to study my scripts and stuff, and in between that, taking care of family, working. So I have started chapter 1.
Okay.
I still have a way to go.
Okay. Well,
but there will be a sequel.
Well, fill us in real quick, if you can, about what Perfidious Agenda is about, and then I want to get into the acting part. So let us know, and let everybody know where they can.
Well, as you mentioned, it is about a young girl who has been sheltered most of her life, and she's like valedictorian and everything good that her new people that she met in college would like to be. So perfidious, of course, means deliberately being treacherous to somebody or being deceitful. So it's she ends up, I don't want to tell too much without telling, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But she ends up getting caught up with some friends, and women can be, especially young women, can be naive, and when they fall in love with somebody, they do anything and everything to try to keep their man, make him happy, but then she ends up finding out some stuff that's detrimental to her. And it's so mind-blowing. So there's a twist at the end of the book.
I'm sorry, did you say...
Where everything's about.
I'm sorry, did you say that some women can be perfidious? Is that what you said?
No, I said people. People can be perfidious.
No, you are absolutely right. You ain't never lie about that.
Yeah, people can be very treacherous and deceitful and jealous and all that horrific stuff.
Mm-hmm. Anybody out there?
She just ends up getting. She's naive and just ends up getting caught up in a situation where all of that comes about.
And then I'm guessing that part 2, she's coming back for revenge, right? Or never mind.
Only you will have to read the
book. So where can everybody get your book at? I know I saw it on Amazon.
Yes, Amazon. I published through iUniverse, so you can get it at iUniverse.com, Amazon, and any other book outlet store.
So what made you want to be an author and get into this type of lifestyle?
I watch a lot of movies and I think a lot, and I just had this idea that I put together in this book, and I really wasn't trying to be an author. I was just trying to get whatever I was thinking about off my chest and out of my mind. So that's how it came about, and I was like, I think this needs to go into a book. And I just called some publishing companies, and I was trying to get rates of publishing, and I just took it from there. But it's not that I wanted to be an author. I just had all these thoughts going through my mind, and I just wanted to put it on paper.
Is it safe to say that a little bit of your personal life is wrapped up into some of these stories? Or is that something that...
Just a tiny bit. Some of the... Just a tiny bit.
that's why I had this...
A tiny bit of me, a tiny bit of somebody else, a tiny bit of life, a tiny bit of just a tiny bit.
Now, don't be writing about me in these books now, because I know how you.
Oh, you know what? I just might add you to the next one.
No, when I was writing stuff, I had to stop because I would put my personal stuff in there and almost like destroy a character because I'm like finally writing the story of how I would want to fix things, and then I'm like, that's too much. That's too much. It's too much, and then people would know who I'm talking about because I just went in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I do.
I have to be very careful. I'm not
so
that.
I believe probably every author has a little bit of autobiography in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be creative, but then there's things that you've experienced in your life that you just end up throwing in, I'm sure.
Or rewriting, rewriting life a little bit. So it didn't work well in my real life, but I'm gonna go ahead and write it the way that I wanted it to work out. So
yeah, wouldn't that be lovely if we could write our life? That would be lovely.
But we do, though. We do. We write our own story.
Yeah, but sometimes the way you write it is not how it comes out.
That is true to some extent, but a lot of so basically everything that we have going on right now in our world, everything that you're experiencing right now, that's because you wrote it. You wrote it, and how you write it is by what you think. So you basically thought yourself to the situation that you're in right now. Do you believe that?
Yeah, but again, you write your story for how you want things to go, but then sometimes things don't always work out the way that you want them to. So, when you're writing a book, you just have that one plan in your book. But in your life, you're writing, but sometimes you have to rewrite it when plan one doesn't act right. So now you got to rewrite and go to plan B.
And I would say that maybe sometimes, and I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, maybe sometimes things don't work out because we may not be focused enough or we were not clear enough. So, for example, some people might be like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. And they think about being in a relationship. But next thing you know, they get wrapped up in a relationship, but they're in a relationship with someone who's married because they weren't specific as far as what they were asking for, as far as what they were thinking. Do you believe that?
I believe that anything is possible, yes.
And I guess that's where and I guess that's where plan A and plan B, come into play because yes, we thought ourselves to it, but we weren't clear. We didn't write it down. We didn't rehearse it. We didn't get to the specifics and down to the real nitty gritty as far as what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like today, like I sit back and I'm like, damn, like, yes, you showed up, but you didn't show up the way I wanted you to because I wasn't clear and I wasn't specific. So now I'll be like, okay, can't have this, can't have that, must be this, must be that. And then don't bring it. And you listen, if it ain't from you, then I don't want it. Like I'm very, specific after all of the mess that I've been through. Like we're not doing that today. So, but I truly do believe that, like, we write our own stories, we write our own destiny, and we could also write a horror story too if we're not clear and specific as far as what we want.
I believe that too, yeah. Again, you just always have to have another plan when you're writing your life.
Yeah,
but with a book, once it's published, you look at it and you be like, dang, I should have said this, I should have said that, but you can't rewrite it.
Well, you can do a second edition, which would be Plan B. So you're right. You're right.
or the sequel.
Right. Okay, so talk to me about the acting bug that you've been bit by?
Okay, so one of my followers, he is an actor, and he just reached out to me one day, and he just asked me, or told me basically, that he had a role that he thinks that I would be good in. So I am a district attorney, and the show is called Atlanta's Ugly 2.0. I'm a district attorney, and I'm fighting crime. Of course, I'm going to prosecute everybody once all the gang members get arrested. So the show's about thugs, drugs, and all the street stuff.
Oh, all of this.
If you're interested in those type of series, then that's the show for you.
Oh, all of the stuff that we used to, so
Right. Look, you can look on the news and hear about it. So everyday life.
We look on the news. Hell, some of us, depending on where we at, all we got to do is look out of our backyards and we can see it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's called Atlanta's Ugly 2.0, and right now we are filming 2.1. Atlanta's Ugly 2.1. And it's on YouTube at the moment, but they just got approved for Amazon Prime and Tubi, so they got the important people working on handling what is needed to get that pushed through.
Okay. I've heard about Tubi, and I don't know too much about it. Honestly, I really don't watch any TV at all. But so
really,
yeah, I don't. Since the pandemic, I haven't watched any TV, and very little. I watch certain things when they come around, certain series and seasons when they come around. But other than that, I basically.
Well, what were you doing during the pandemic?
Well,
if you were watching TV because you couldn't go nowhere.
Well, that's exactly it. I got with self, and I started to rediscover who I was, and I've just loved the path of exploring and learning and tapping into my spiritual side, that I've just been doing that ever since. And then of course, podcasting. I've spent 2 years podcasting 365 days out of the year. For 2 years, I did that nonstop. So that's where my time went to.
Yeah, because I was on with you a couple times, during the pandemic too. So I do remember that.
Yes. That was a long stint. 2 years straight, nonstop.
Yeah. But Tubi has a lot of, different movies on there that you probably should check out whenever you get the opportunity. But you need to check out my show.
I'm going to. As soon as we get done tonight, I am going to look for you. I want to see exactly how you're doing. How do you feel you are as an actor? Because I know sometimes, I'll put it in this scenario, like when I used to go to the recording studio, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I don't want to hear my own voice back. But then other people would be like, oh, I like that. So are you like that, where sometimes you, like, I don't think I did good, but then other people are like, yo, that's dope. Like, how do you feel about watching yourself on a replay?
I actually don't like watching myself, to be honest. I think I sound like a man, so...
That is definitely not true. Definitely not true. I don't hear that at all.
I have a deep voice, so I think I sound like a man, so I don't like to watch myself. But even before getting on the TV and stuff, I don't even like listening to myself on recordings. I don't like leaving voice messages because I do sound like a man. And I try to talk like this sometimes to make myself sound a little bit more feminine. But in actuality, this is how I talk. I have a rough voice. So, needless to say, I don't do anything. But I always think that I could do better. I do critique myself, and it's not just with acting. I critique myself with everything that I do. If I take 50 pictures, I'm probably only going to like one because I should have did this, I should have did that. So I'm harder on myself than most people probably are on their selves, but.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think I can always do better, so I always try to do better the next time.
Well, it's better, like I said, it's better off that you catch it versus somebody in the streets catching it. So it is what it is. And actually, oh, what's up? What's going on, niece? How are you? She says she sounds like a white girl from Iowa. LOL. You know who that is.
Who said that?
You know.
Who said that?
Niece. I call her my niece, but
I'm. Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna handle that when I get off this phone call. I know who you're talking about now.
Which, thank you so much for joining in. You are always doing your thing so lovely. Like, I was speaking to your mother earlier today, and I think that y'all have a beautiful bond. Love the family connection that you have. I saw some of the birthday celebrations y'all have, and the games that you play. I love the toilet paper game. I think that's amazing.
Yes, and we waiting for you to come and visit so you can be a part of that.
Yes, 2024 is the year. Listen, so I had to grow up in order to glow up. So now we experiencing the glow up now. But before I did that, I had to grow up. So I had to take some time and get back. So we ready. I'm excited. I'm thankful. I'm humble enough to still be here doing this. So and thank you so much to people like you who want to come back and hang out and chill with me. Yeah.
Always.
So.
I just appreciate you, giving me a little spotlight for the moment. I appreciate every time you've asked me, and I'd be happy to hear from you.
Yes, and we continue to keep.
And looking forward to 2024 to see you.
Yes, absolutely. ATL.
So you'll see the pictures when we go for my birthday. Even though, like I said, she's saying one thing, but I really think she's lying. She's trying to surprise me. So we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Let me know how it is where you go. Because be very careful now. Don't be cutting up too much, because if it's your first time there, I heard that you got to be very careful.
We're staying on the resort and we're not venturing off anywhere.
Exactly, because when I go there, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I've heard some stories.
Yeah, when we went to Punta Cana, we ventured off a little bit, but it was good. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand, and yes, I definitely will take heed because I'm cautious like that anyway.
Yes.
But I just plan on having fun, that's all. Bringing in my 25, 2 dimes, a nickel, and 4 pennies birthday.
That's what's up. Now. You over there cracking up.
That's 54.
Yes. You were over there cracking up.
I know you're trying to calculate.
No, you said
25.
You said that earlier. No, you said that earlier, and I was like, wait a minute, 52? I don't know. I was like, what
I said 4 pennies, not
2. I know you did, yeah. So we have author Lachelle Williams in the building, and I'm having so much fun, but it's that time where we got to leave. So, but before we go, I always have the burning question. So people out there, if you're listening, thank you so much for TikTok. Who do we got here? We got Margot, Linda. Thank you so much for joining. As always, if you're watching this replay, you can go ahead and text me at 609-738-0611. That is the official 411 podcast hotline, Reading Between the Wines hotline. That is 609-738-0611. If you have a burning question that you'd like me to answer or you want me to elaborate on or touch base, you can go ahead and send that. Sometimes people don't want to answer the questions or put them in the comments, so you'll just text me. But that's fine. You can do that as well. And I can bring it up on a future podcast. So, burning question for tonight is, if you had the ability to be smarter than 99.9% of the population with the stipulation of losing all of your sense of humor, are you choosing the smarts, or is it going to be Dumb and Dumber? Now I'll go ahead and read that one more time. If you had the ability to be smarter than 99.9% of the population with the stipulation of losing all of your sense of humor, are you choosing the smarts, or are you picking Dumb and Dumber? What do we have here? Lachelle, what do you pick?
I'm going to say, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have a healthy brain, and I have been on the honor roll and dean's list. So I am going to keep the smarts that I have, and I'm going to choose keeping my sense of humor. And I'm saying that because I have, like, the comedian Samora's sense of humor.
Yes, you do. Which is one of my favorites, by the way. I love her.
And so I'd rather laugh than just be smart and not have any fun.
I agree, because you know what? At least you'll be able to navigate and move through life knowing that you ain't going to have any issues. Because have you ever been in a relationship with somebody who was just so funny and just the life of the party, but was dumb as hell?
Actually, not the life of the party, but dumb as hell, yes.
And where did that get you? Where did that get you?
No. I've never had a life of the party, you know. I'm always the life of the party. Well, not the life of the party, but like I can go into a room of strangers and I would come out with probably half or a little bit more of people being like, oh, she's cool or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And maybe exchange numbers or whatever, whether it's female or male. But I've definitely had the dumber and the dumbest. But I didn't see that at the beginning.
Absolutely. Exactly. Now,
so I'm sticking with, I'm just going to keep the brains that I have. Even though I chose some dummies. I wasn't that smart when I chose them. But
you ain't the
only one. I'm going to keep my sense of humor. Yeah. I'm going to keep my sense of humor.
You're not the only one. And Burning Sky says laughter is everything. Laughter is everything until the bills need to be paid. And ain't nobody paying bills, and you just sitting there laughing. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm only speaking from experience because I've been there.
That's why you try not to create any bills that you can't laugh at. You know, you got to make sure that you are managing your bills with your budget. So
listen, it's all fun and games until that credit card bill comes in the mail. Now, what we laughing about now?
Yeah, that's something different. Then you try to build up your credit again because you done messed up.
What?
Yeah, that's my answer. That's my answer. I'm sticking with what I already have and keeping my sense of humor.
I am doing the same.
And you said you're keeping what? The same?
I'm doing the same. I want to be smart. I ain't trying to be dumb. Yeah, we ain't doing no Dumb and Dumber stuff this time around. We've been dumb before, but now we're smart now, so we're going to keep every little bit of smarts and wisdom that we have today. And if you don't like it, it is what it is. You ain't got to be with me.
True.
That's what I say.
I agree.
But I always came across as somebody that they used to tell me that I was always too serious. So...
You already did what
now? People would always say that I'm too serious, So.
I guess it probably would just depend because people think that I'm mean and I'm really not mean, I just have a certain facial expression we're talking, and I might make certain facial expressions if you're saying something that I'm not real fond of, but everybody does that. But to know me is to love me. I will just say that. Again, if I go into a room of strangers, half of them or more will like me when I come out.
And some of them will be intimidated because I would walk into a room and people would say that I'm stuck up, I'm this, I'm that, the next, the other, and neither one of them parted their mouth to say hello, how are you, how you doing, but you just judging somebody from another, from a distance, and knowing your zodiac sign, and we're very close. I can see how that happens, where people would just be thinking of you a certain way when they don't even know you.
Exactly. They don't like the way you look.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Or you may remind them of somebody.
Oh no! They like the way you look. They like the way you talk, but they're just intimidated and they ain't trying to step to you. Oh no! Trust and believe. If somebody has something negative to say, it's something that they like about it. I've learned that when people say all of the stuff that they don't like, that's everything that they love.
Yeah, well, that's why there's just a whole bunch of different people with different personalities, and you have to just adjust with it if you're going to be around it, or stay away from it if it's not going to be productive for you and keep you happy. Then just don't be around it.
Exactly. We call that today getting up and taking responsibility for ourselves, because if I don't like it, and if you don't like me, we don't got to do all this back and forth. We can just basically part ways. And if you ain't going to be smart enough to do it, I know how to remove myself from the situation. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's with any situation, not just necessarily a relationship, but any situation, work included.
Oh, yeah. So we're not even going to get into that, but you are absolutely right. I had to do that. I had to do that this year. I had to take responsibility for myself this year. Absolutely.
Well, and that's why you getting your business together, and you're going to be successful with what you're doing, and you won't have to worry about being up under nobody's rules, because you will have Larry's rules. So that's all that matters.
And I take that and I say thank you so much for that, because I'm right there. Thank you so much.
Oh, definitely. I wish nothing but success for any and everybody, even my enemies.
You listen, you better stop, because you going in, because that's the best way to level up and get to the next level. Once you can basically love somebody from a distance, be thankful for all of the roles and the paths that they've played in your life, because without them you wouldn't be where you are here today. And you never know, God sends people your way to disrupt and do things to wake you up and shake you up and get you up out of your situation that you're in. So I love them all, every last one of them.
Amen.
Yeah.
Preach.
I love them all, and I'm not going to sit here and point no fingers, but I can sleep well at night saying thank you so much for everything that you've done, the backbiting, the deceitfulness, the perfidiousness, if that's even a word. I thank you for it.
Perfidiousness in people.
Exactly. Thank you so much for showing up and showing me who you were, because you showed me who you were, I know who I am today. And that's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The beautiful gift you could have given me is giving me back me. And that's it.
Amen.
We got Author Lachelle Williams in the building. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. I know we got to get out of here.
But yes, much love to you. Thank you again for inviting me. I always enjoy talking with you.
Yes, and we will definitely be in touch. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
All that good stuff. And
now I'm saying
healthy 2024 for everyone.
I'm saying Merry
healthy, all that good stuff.
Now hear me clear now, because I don't want no nonsense later on. I'm saying Merry Christmas. I'm saying Happy Kwanzaa. Hey, how are you? I'm saying Happy New Year. And I'm saying happy birthday. Because listen, if I'm not on social media and I miss your birthday or whatever, Don't be taking it out on me because y'all be thinking that I be on there stalking, Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. You seen how many people are on there? Listen.
Well, January 16th is my day, and I'm going to be somewhere. My daughter told me we was going someplace, but I think she's lying. Like I said, she's trying to surprise me, but I think she's lying, and that's not where we're going. But I'm going to keep you updated if we go where I said we was going.
Yeah, please do.
I think she's lying. I think she's trying to throw me off.
text me too. That's fine. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be in touch. And I will be. I pray to be in the ATL somewhere around May. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, that's perfect. Because I plan on having a little party around that time, and it might be a celebration of you.
Maybe around Mother's Day. Let's just say. We just gonna keep it. We just gonna keep it at that and be shh.
We'll touch base. Touch base. But I do want you to come, and I do want to see you. So
Yes, absolutely.
That'll be fine.
We'll be in touch. Take care. Be safe.
You can say.
Oh yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Stay warm because you up in Jersey.
Tell me about it. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow, that was amazing. Z100Z, thank you. I think you're from Trenton, right? If you're from Trenton, let me know. My hometown in the building. Jersey is in the building. Thank you so much, Burning Sky. Great show, Laren. Good to hear Lachelle. Happy holidays. Yes, we winding down really quick. Like, I can't believe that it's almost here. Like, it's here. So, like I said, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all of that great stuff. And for those of you out there, stay tuned. We got 8 more shows to do before we wrap up Disc 3 Evolution. This has been it's just been amazing. And nights like tonight when Lachelle comes on and we just catch up from day one, it's just been amazing. So, all of the guests that have been on the show have been amazing and had a great show tonight. Great show. This wine was good. Now I'm half tempted to pour just a little bit more. I probably am. You know what? I'm just going to keep it real because I have some things to do after the show. So I'm probably just going to pour a little bit more, but this was some good wine now, I have to say. Just a little bit more. Terrain Vineyards Red Blend. I was wondering if I would get that second glass in, and I did. So for those of you out there that would like to try this wine, Terrain Vineyards, California Red Blend, it was amazing. Just like Lachelle Williams, my special guest. I love when she comes through. We always have such a great experience together. All the way from ATL. Y'all, please go ahead and check out her book, Perfidious Agenda. Tomorrow, we have Queen Dawn Spirit coming in the building. Another great friend that I haven't spoken to in a minute, so I can't wait to catch up with her live on air here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 4-in-1 podcast. If you like the conversation that you've heard tonight with Lachelle, you and I can have that same conversation. We can have one-on-one private coaching conversations. Head on over to LarenGaines.com and you can go ahead and sign up for the coaching sessions, and we can have private one-on-one conversations without all of the cameras, without all of the extra stuff. So head on over to LarenGaines.com and you can sign up for those one-on-one private coaching conversations. Whatever topic you like to go over, whether it's financial, whether it's physical fitness, whether it's, whatever it is that you like to go over, we most certainly can go down that path. You just let me know. Head on over to LarenGaines.com, sign up for it. Text me 609-738-0611. Let me know which direction you'd like to go on so that we're prepared for our coaching session. We also talked about travel tonight. If you like to travel, again, text me 609-738-0611. Let me know exactly where you would like to travel to. I have Vacation with Me. I can help you with a vacation itinerary. I can help you save some money. If you like the home away from home lifestyle when you're on vacation, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I do. I like a full kitchen. I like a laundry facility, washer, dryer, all in my unit. Most of my units have a dining room, balconies, multiple bathrooms. So it's basically going to be a condominium lifestyle, a home away from home situation. Text me 609-738-0611. Let me know exactly where you like to travel to, and then we'll pick up the conversation there. Now, I know I spoke about a lot of different things. We are on Reading Between the Wines. I also have the 411 podcast. I have the wines that I sample. We speak about traveling. There's so many different things that, we talk about on a daily basis here on these live streams here. So if you like to stay up to date on everything that I have going on, everything that's Laren Gaines, head on over to larengaines.com and sign up for the Whispers of Wisdom newsletter. That is a new newsletter that I have coming out next month. First edition is coming out next month, and it's going to be one email delivered to your inbox once a month. All you have to do is head on over to larengaines.com, sign up for Whispers of Wisdom. You're going to get clips from the 411. You're going to get clips from Reading Between the Wines. You're going to get vacation information as far as availabilities, pricing. You are going to get bottles of wine. Here I am knocking stuff over. You're going to get bottles of wine to sample each and every month. I'm going to give you a review on the wines that I've sampled as well. What else do we have? You're going to get information on the coaching sessions. You're going to get new information as far as when I'm going to be live streaming, when new podcast episodes are going to come out. So again, head on over to larengaines.com, sign up for the Whispers of Wisdom newsletter. Again, the first edition is coming out next month, so you definitely don't want to miss that. Again, Queen Dawn Spirit coming in the building tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the 411 podcast. Thank you so much, SOS. Thank you so much to Z100. Young Amari was out there. People out there on TikTok. People out there on Facebook from the night before. X, Twitter, just basically everybody. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, tag a friend. Let them know what's going on right here inside of Reading Between the Wines, right here inside of the 411 podcast. Thank you all so much for joining. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good night.